opening the stream as well. Morning, everyone. Chill is coming. Fear not. Fear not. He did not get lost in the wilderness that is off the coast of Alaska, where he did his cruising. I'm sure he will tell us all about that. Or he may not. His choice. Let's see.
On a cruise?
So, anyway, yes. Yeah, not that kind of cruising. Well, maybe it was. You can ask him that too.
Oh, just sort of cruising around in his car? Probably.
Boat. Big boat.
But oh, it was the boat. Oh, okay.
Anyway, as you can see, Charlie's a little sleepy, given it is nearly 1 a.m.
I'll live.
Yeah. Alright, so what am I doing? So we're waiting for Jill, obviously. So the story is he was late because of Portland traffic. As we know, it seems to be crap at particular times of year, like this one. And then his computer had to reboot. He had to reboot his computer because it didn't wake up. And then he had to install a bunch of Windows updates, which are kind of mandatory with Windows 10 now. It's a sad state of affairs. So anyway, we're just waiting. So I may have mentioned last week that we're going to potentially move the recording of the show from Wednesday night to Thursday night. And that may indeed still happen. It didn't happen this week and won't happen probably... It'll be sometime in August at this rate. Possibly as early as the first week, which would be around Thursday the 4th of August, or maybe a week or two after that.
Okay.
4th, 11th, 13th, yeah. So, yeah. This is all me going part-time 4 days a week rather than the current theoretical 3 days. I've worked 4 days more often than not of late. So yeah, we're just vamping at this point. I'll mention it in my week, but I spent the last Monday and Tuesday of this week in Canberra, our nation's capital, which was terrible. I mean, fantastic.
Everyone seems to be going places this week.
Indeed. Time to travel, and I'm going back next week as well. Lucky me. Of course, I spent most of it in a basement 3 stories down, but, you know, you do what you gotta do.
I'm also going to a theme park next Friday, Thorpe Park. Yay.
Which park is that?
Thorpe Park. It's one... It's not Alton Towers, let me tell you that. It's sort of near London, so I'll be sort of going back to London again. I don't know where exactly, though. I can probably tell you. I'm on Wikipedia now. Thorpe Park.
Now, Waistcoat wants me to slap Turdbull for him next time I'm there. Now, Malcolm Turnbull is the Prime Minister of Australia. The most recent one. We seem to have at least one per year at this rate. And he just won an election by the skin of his teeth. They literally just got enough seats to get the majority. Well, by one, of course. Yeah, what a mess. So, yeah, haven't they got a mandate to rule? And our upper house is no doubt even more hostile. They actually had an election where they cleared out the upper house because there were a whole bunch of crossbenchers who were basically deciding what happened, which wasn't what the government wanted. So they thought, all right, we'll just piss them all off and elect a new bunch. And now they've got a bunch that are even worse in terms of people in the middle. No one wants the major parties anymore in any country, which is kind of your Brexit thing.
Yeah, we've got a new Prime Minister now. Theresa May.
The second woman.
I know.
After the Magster, that's Margaret Thatcher, Maggie, the Iron Lady.
I've been hearing rumours that apparently the reason why she's the Prime Minister is because nobody else wanted to become Prime Minister because of what had happened with Brexit.
Yes.
Actually, I don't blame them. I really don't blame them.
She will be charting the course of the United Kingdom out of the European Union. And, of course, it seems like Scotland may secede and join. I mean, you had your vote where they said, no, we'll stay. They may change their mind now and actually rejoin the EU. And it sounds like Northern Ireland may actually, bizarrely enough, they may actually join up with the Republic. And
what do you expect? Yeah, it's just...
Yeah, it's really strange.
Mess right now.
Yeah, Belcher, your election over there, well, it's the devil in the deep blue sea, isn't it?
I mean, what's annoyed me is because, of course, people are saying that the pound is going down, and it kind of has, because I remember when the British pound used to be equivalent to, I think, $1.5 or $1.6.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I swear it was like a few months ago or something like that. Now it's 1.31. So
Right.
it's definitely
It'll
dropped.
recover again, maybe,
Yeah.
or not, as the case may be. What's our dollar doing? It's been...
It used to be it used to be 1.6 back in the middle of 2014, according to Google. Then it dropped to 1.5, and now it's at 1.31.
Oh, actually ours has gone
Yes.
up compared to the pound too.
Yeah.
Which is nice. In case you're wondering why we're just bullshitting, that's because we're just waiting for Chill. Let me just see if he's messaged me again.
Chill! Where are you?
Those must be pretty substantial updates to Windows. Have they released a new version? Isn't there it's like the anniversary coming up, and I thought they were going to do some big new thing. New big patch, because there's no Windows 10, no Windows 11, it'll always be Windows 10. Alright, we got a message. Finally coming up. Slowly, he says. This is
Slowly but surely.
Yep.
Thorpe Park is also near Surrey as well. Surrey, England.
What's necessary?
Thorpe Park.
Thorpe Park.
Thorpe.
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 As in Ian Thorpe the swimmer?
Yes.
Sure.
Thorpe Park.
Brexit was terrible. All the rats are jumping ship out of the EU. Well, the EU is a bit of a mess, but yes, once the Italian banks crash, well, who knows what will happen. At least you guys never actually adopted the euro, so at least that part's easy enough.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, that was the biggest argument as well. We don't want to adopt the euro.
New version is dropping on 2nd of August. Wonder if Chill's got a preview. Suki seems unlikely, honestly. No, I think don't know. Did we just have was it patch Tuesday? Maybe he hasn't switched on his computer for a couple of days.
I haven't actually done any. That's a thought. I haven't done any updates for Windows in a long time.
It does it itself now. Are you on Windows 10, Charlie? You don't
Yeah, I'm
have
on
to
Windows
get it
10,
to.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you don't get a choice anymore. It will update it, so yeah. You can't actually disable automatic updates, so I suspect you're pretty much up to date. Yeah, Greece was a mess too. Okay. I guess I got one too. Just
update now.
didn't notice. Actually, well, I can ask. Windows.
Nah, I can't bother.
Hello, Cortana. No.
Who uses that?
Yeah, not me. I use OK Google all the time.
I don't. I even thought when I got an iPad, I thought, oh, I'll use Siri all the time. Nope. I only use Siri to like bullshit, just say stupid things that are kind of in its programming, just related to cultural reference stuff. I just bullshit with it.
You're one of those Apple fangirls.
Oh, I'm not. No. My friend is.
Ah.
And he's kind of watching now. Hi, Seb.
Zeb. We get notifications about.
He is obsessed with me being on the
Windows.
show.
Really?
I don't know why. He's one of those
Yeah.
people.
It's kind of weird. Okay. Anyway.
Ha, Seb. Tia thinks you're weird.
I didn't say that. Did I?
Well, say that he's weird then.
No. I don't know. Is he?
He is.
Well, being obsessed with you is kind of weird, but no.
Oh, he's obsessed with me being on the show.
Oh. Oh, that's all right. Nothing wrong with that. You are famous, as Fee just said.
Yeah. Just say he's weird so that I can say to him, huh, Tia said he's weird. I am famous, aren't I? Why am I famous?
You're internet famous.
Sort of.
I am streaming, yes. Just making sure everything else is... So we'll be pretty much ready to roll as soon as Chill comes on. We haven't actually got anything to talk about this week, well, except for the obvious. So we'll cover that, obviously. I've got my winner. Why did you go quiet? Or did my things cut out? Uh-oh. YouTube. Sorry, Charlie's just vanished, and either I've lost the connection, Oh, there's Chill. So there you go. I guess can't be too
Hello.
bad. Hello. I just lost Charlie.
Don't.
Yeah, we are actually live, Chill. So don't
I can see.
that stuff you normally say. Yeah.
Yep.
Tone it down. Tone it down. His PC crashed. Well, this is fucking fantastic. What a show.
Wait a minute. What did you just say?
Nothing. I didn't say anything. Not a word.
Did you manage to get anything going, or?
Oh no. We haven't actually started recording, so
Okay.
we're waiting for you, obviously. And
Okay. Well, yeah, I could. Oh, God, so crazy.
yeah, I told the nice people about your Windows updates.
Yeah, and I didn't try it. It's not like I tried to reboot. It's just that it was not. The computer wouldn't wake up,
Yeah.
so I couldn't do anything but reload it. And then, of course, as soon as I did that, you have no choice but to accept the fact that it's updating.
Yes. Yes. Oh, as Blaze says, an uh-oh from an architect is worth 1,000 oh-craps from normal people. Yeah, and the reason for that is if you actually notice... Oh, wait a second. That isn't meant to be working like that. It's probably a really high-level design decision that's been screwed up, and the actual cost of fixing it is probably... Luckily, I haven't struck any of those recently. Yeah. Anyway. I didn't want to do the intro again. No, I don't mind it, but it's so... Yeah, I talked so much the last episode. Just listening back to it is just... hurts my head. Alright, while we're waiting for Chill, let's... Chill. You're here. Waiting for the other guy. The British guy. Let me just allocate... I'll do the first tips of the week. Chill,
Okay.
do that one.
Just clean my glasses a bit.
I'll do that one.
Oh, Lordy Lou.
Lordy Lou? And alright, so the way the tips are going to work, we've got 5 regular tips, and then we've got a massive one from Ewan. He's going to get... So when you read out the prizes, let me just make a note. The winner is Ergus. He gets the pack and the pet code. And Ewan will get 450cc code.
Okay. Cool.
Because he sent in this mega tip, which is worth, 5 tips by itself. The math in you, Chill. It's filthy! Filthy! No, I haven't been drinking this morning, though I probably should have been. Recording episode 269 live now, sort of. Well, we will be when Charlie comes back.
Right.
You'll never guess what Charlie's computer is doing. It's fucking updating. Oh my god.
Is it? Oh,
Yes.
Of course it is. Because if mine did, that means that something got pushed out, and so his did too.
Alright, if you just joined us, well, we had to wait for Chill. He was late, and then his computer had to update, and then Charlie's computer just crashed. He rebooted, obviously. When he came up again, he has to do updates. So we're waiting now. So you'll never believe this, but so from about half an hour, there's a 2-hour window in which I'm getting a chest freezer delivered, in which case I just have to pause and go and let in the delivery guy, etc. So there'll be a break. I was hoping that we'd be done recording by the time they showed up, but
Right.
that's not going to happen.
Doesn't look like, yeah. Those are nice, though, yeah. Those flat freezers, chest style, yeah, it's good stuff.
Yeah, we have reasons why we're going to have to be doing more prepared meals and frozen meals kind of thing.
Just because of the kid?
Yeah. Kid. Yes. And yeah, now that we're both back at work.
Yeah.
It's
The
just gone
funny thing is
crazy.
that I hadn't updated my computer hadn't updated in like a month because it was failing every time. So every day it would give me the same message that it had failed. And then finally, over the weekend, Windows said, you haven't updated, you're no longer using the most recent version. It kind of gave me a different way to update, in other words. where instead of the automatic one, it was giving me like this big message that said, "Hey, you're no longer using most updated version of Windows. How about we update now?" And I said yes, and it worked. And so it updated, and then of course, 2-3 days later, however long, then of course I have to update again.
Bloody hell.
Yeah. We used to have an extra freezer out in our garage. It wasn't chest style. It was stand up.
Right.
I put it on Craigslist after when we were cleaning out the house. I just don't use it. So with only 2 of us in the house, it's just not really necessary.
Indeed. This will probably be a temporary thing, like temporary being 15 or 20 years.
Fortunately, it should last that long.
Yeah, probably.
Is it a good brand?
Oh, a good Australian brand, yeah. Actually, Westinghouse, you've never heard of that?
Of course,
it is?
yeah. It's an old American brand, actually, I think.
Not an Australian brand, but yeah, those are pretty good here at least.
Good.
Oh, what's he saying now? God, sorry, I just got a message from Charlie. The fuck, Charlie? I'd probably start without me and then I'll catch up and do my bits, or if you're happy to wait. Oh my God. How long did it take, Chill? It was like 10 minutes, wasn't it? We should probably just get on with this.
It takes a little while, and it has like restarts and stuff in it. It's really irritating.
Jesus Christ.
Wow,
that means
ShiftWorks
it'll
has
be
a chest freezer and an upright freezer.
Wow, that's a bit excessive.
Do you go hunting?
He's coming. Charlie's coming back. If you stepped away, his computer crashed, and then he had to install a bunch of updates, just like Chill did. All right, so next step will be my computer will crash. Actually, I just rebooted just before, so we should be okay.
Did you have the update?
I don't know if I did it.
Oh, okay.
It was really quick, but which is unlikely, so no, probably not. IKEA white goods, a rebranded Westinghouse. I did not know that. And why would you pay the markup anyway? Yeah, a chest freezer. Yeah, you're right.
Home. Yeah.
Meal planning can save the world. And it is, you can save money. Yeah, no, money's the least of my problems at the moment. So, it's time, Owen. It's time. All right, Chill. Let's see.
Shall we get going?
I'm thinking so. So, Chill, just before we do, I mentioned last week, but you probably haven't caught up.
I did listen
on
to
the
it,
video.
but I might have missed it.
Moving the recording day by one day to Thursday night. We've talked about this before.
Not to Thursday before, but yes, we've talked about moving it. Would Thursday work better for you?
Yeah, we should probably talk about this off air, but yeah, I'm not going to have any choice because when we're recording now, I'll actually be at work. So that would be suboptimal.
When is that starting?
In maybe 2 or 3 weeks, maybe a bit longer. So yeah, plenty of notice, and if it's not going to work, I can potentially shift things around.
That's fine.
Yeah, I guess we could always do it on your Friday, which is my Saturday, but I kind of want a weekend. So
understandable.
All right, Chell. Let's get recording, and when Charlie comes on, I'll have to get him to record.
Well, I've had Audacity rolling this whole time, so that's going. I've put it on studio. Blah 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 blah.
Let me. Starting to record. Test. I'm good. All right, let's roll.
Okay, going in 5. Hi, and welcome to the OotiniCast, the podcast that's a credit to your race. This is episode 269, being recorded on Wednesday, July 13th, 2016. I'm your host, Chill, with our producer and co-host, Tio. Hi, Tio.
Hey, guys. Chill, that was awesome, and welcome back.
Thank you. And our guest today is Charlie Kranitoko. And I will ask him again once we actually get this going. So, Tio, how about your week?
Well, I didn't actually get much time to play. I did play Tier some. Continued to progress a little, but, well, I had to travel for work again, this time down to Canberra, which is our nation's not so fair capital, depending on your point of view, which is in the frozen tundra of inland New South Wales. It was freezing cold. It actually snowed there the day after I left. Just to give you an idea, it actually was cold, not just how Australians perceive cold,
right,
which isn't,
not
but
just Aussie cold. Yeah,
it was actually, and it remains actually cold. So anyway, I didn't get much chance to play, but I am slowly getting there with Tia. So the journey continues. Anyway, how about your week, Jill? I hear you've been cruising.
I have been cruising. First, let's do a shout out to the chat room, and of course, with all the little bit of delays, we've got lots of folks in here. We've got beautiful Italian gamer, I like that name, Bell Show, Bill646, Blaze here, Kaom, Count Luku, Darth Brundlefly, Dekion, Dread is here, Farseer, Fiona is here, Gepeo, Hupra, Likawi, I don't know, Jagged Fell, Joss Fan, Kirkadoodle, MacD, Merlin, Shift Works, Siskaika, Sith Kitty, Slayer's Orange, Solidus, Sukai Beru, Tank Mike Golf, Varulia, Wastegate, and Xarn is here.
Nice work.
Hello, everyone, and wow, we had a couple of funky starts and stops getting the show going, but we are here now. And last week, as you kind of knew, my family, all of us were on a cruise to Alaska. We'd planned it a long time. In fact, my wife was greatly looking forward to it, and of course did not get to go. On what would have been our wedding anniversary, all of us gathered at the balcony and scattered her ashes into the ocean, which was nice. That was towards the beginning of it, and then after that, if you've ever been on a cruise, there's like tons of activities, and we all enjoyed the trip. And I went zip lining for the first time. That was pretty incredible. I did karaoke for the first time. There's just a lot of fun stuff going on that I'd kind of never done before. So it was a really wonderful time and really enjoyed it. When I got back, started working on Light Side, Dark Side. So I've been leveling Chill's Santa, and I'm having a blast because it's so fun to do such a ridiculous character. I've got him through the end of Act 1. It's fun to stream, and and I have a really good outfit for him, which I think there were pictures of him last week.
Yes,
yeah,
in the show post. Fun.
And I have the snowball throwing tank mount for him. It's all good. So long ways to go, of course. End of Act 1, it really isn't that far. So I'm way behind a lot of my guildies, who have gone. Some of them I've even finished the 5th level of stuff. It's crazy. So long ways to go, but I'm really enjoying it. And so I'll just keep working on that. And that'll bring us to the tip of the week. We've got 5 tips this week, along with 1 mega tip. So, Tio, why don't you start us off?
Our first tip is from Urgus, of our own Utini Knights on the Harbinger. And he says, "Good day, guys. When playing Galactic Starfighter, it's essential you alternate your power conversions to suit your need. Button clicks are fine and all, but I've found setting my engine swap to forward roll on my mouse wheel and shield swap to backwards, I'm much more inclined to actually do it. That leaves a weapon swap, which I reserve for the mouse wheel click. The one hiccup being, if you're playing as a gunship, which I highly recommend you players purchase at their first opportunity, you'll be swapping as you zoom in and out. This is remedied by simply clicking in the mouse wheel after finding your range. Not so much part of the tip, but more of a recommendation. Do /join GSF on the Harbinger. It's quite active. Cheers, Utini. You guys rocks. You guys rock. So that is our chat channel. GSF on the Harbinger, presumably on both factions, so you may be able to find some GSF action. And that's a great tip about those key bindings, which are specific to Galactic Starfighter. Something I've been thinking about is when I was playing it, I was focused entirely on a strike fighter. I realized sort of belatedly that the way you really are meant to play Galactic Starfighter is to have all of the ships of the different types available and effectively alter as you come back in. So if the other side have got a certain mix of ships, you should swap to the appropriate ship and use that, because otherwise it's kind of rock, paper, scissors. And if they're something and you're the one that is a natural target of that kind of thing, you're screwed. You've got to change yourself. So yeah, just to keep it dynamic. So anyway, if I ever play again, I'll be a bit smarter about that. But yeah, good tip.
Nice. Yeah, I myself, even in the regular game, I love the mouse wheel. I use it for targeting. So
Yes.
I use down, which is kind of towards me. I do that for target nearest, and then for up, which is kind of away from me, I use for target next. And
I do the
that
same.
works really well. Yeah, all right. Second tip, Cole from the ReadyClip server in the EU. Cole writes, when making new characters, don't forget there's a key binding import and export feature. With this, you can save your key binds from one character and instantly apply them to another. And yes, I've been doing that with the last few characters. This saves the time it would usually take to bind each key manually, especially since you do the same darn ones almost every time.
Yep.
You can find this feature in the Preferences menu in its own tab at the bottom. This is particularly helpful for the Dark vs. Light event if you're going to get all 8 classes to the 50 achievement.
Absolutely. Yes. That was a very nice thing they added reasonably recently. So if you're just back to the game, it may not be something that you have encountered. You can export your entire set of key bindings into a file and then load them again on any other character.
Yes.
So that's very cool. All right, our third tip is from Indie Solo, and he says, make sure to always match your stance or your cell, if you're a trooper, to your spec. With all the new classes being leveled, there are many who are still learning when to use each one. And he found this image that someone posted named Ho-Hole on Reddit a while back. And I'll include that in the show post. It basically has all of the class icons. Its title is Know Your Enemy. And the role for each of the disciplines for each of those classes. And in addition, where they have a stance or a cell, it indicates what stance is appropriate for that particular discipline.
Nice.
And role. So, nice work. That whoever this Ho-Hole put the graph together, who put the picture together, it's very nice. I'll include that in the show post.
Very good. All right, fourth tip is from Tate Ransom of the Shadowlands. Howdy, OotiniCast. If you're planning to get the Alliance Hero achievement for the Legendary level in Dark vs. Light event, here's a tip. Go ahead and roll up your 8 or 7, assuming you're already working on one main character. Get the new characters to the first available rest area and park them there. If you do this while focusing on your main, then they should have a good bit of rest XP bonus when you finally do start leveling them. Leveling is faster than it used to be, but every bit of bonus helps. Love the show. Keep up the great work. Thank you, Tate.
Indeed. Very nice. Alright, the last of our regular tips is from the Shervil. And he says, in character creation, some of the species are locked, only able to be used with certain classes initially. They can be unlocked either with cut or coins, or by leveling a character of that species to level 50, which then unlocks them for any class. Since part of the Dark vs. Light challenge, DVL challenge, is to level a character of each class to 50, this is a great way to unlock the species for free if you haven't already done so. Since you're doing it anyway. That way, if you want to create your own Chiss Jedi, you'll be able to. Instead of waiting for the companion. Thanks again for your service to the community. Keep it up. And may the Force be with you. And in fact, as I've been creating characters, I have noticed exactly that I had a whole bunch locked to me because I've only ever played humans before, which is why with every character I'm creating for DVL, I am choosing, not only are they all female, they're all different species, which is really cool. Yeah.
Very cool. Are you unlocking either Cathar or Togruta? Not that you can, because you can't do that for free.
No, if I can get a cheap unlock, I might, but yeah, I'm not going to go out of my way for that.
All good. All right, and now the mega tip. Ewan of Jedi Covenant writes, a while ago I posted some tips on raiding that I learned while playing in a hardcore guild as a below-average skilled player. I hinted I might do a PvP one, and after playing a bunch of war zones, I think it's time I gave one. This is some general tips from years of playing MMOs, very successfully in hardcore PvP guilds. They don't all translate perfectly, but they usually hold and will serve you well in any game until you get the experience to have situational awareness. Alright. Tip, I'll number them if it seems necessary, but otherwise I'll just be reading them.
Yep.
To start off, plan on sucking at first. Just don't get discouraged. It takes time and practice to get average at PvP. To get good takes longer, and is an ongoing learning process because the beauty of PvP is that it's a new challenge each time. In some players' eyes, everyone will still need to get good. Not really a tip, but still important. 2. Learn the objectives and what needed to win the match. A prime example has been what's happening in Civil War. In Civil War, if you have less than half of the other team's total points, you need to take all 3 objectives to have a shot of winning. It's frustrating to watch 4 people guard an objective when if we don't take the last object, it won't matter. If you have more than half, you can turtle, defend with everyone at one objective, and win.
Indeed.
I think he means more than twice, but yes.
Yeah.
3rd, fight on the objectives if defending. I've seen and done this way too many times to count, where people defending go out to attack a person, just have the objective capped behind them.
Stealth cap.
Mm-hmm. That's one of the reasons it's fun to play the stealth classes.
Yes.
And in fact, some people, if they really tunnel, you don't even have to have a stealth class. You just go behind them.
Well, luring people out, it's such a classic move, and seeing people fall for that is just sad.
Yes. Let's see. Spread out while defending. The last thing you want to have happen is that you all get staggered and then they cap it while you stand there helpless.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because there are a couple of AoE CCs that can affect a bunch of people. For the love of all things, please stop stringing into fights. What this means, don't go in one at a time. You just kill. That just means you feed the other side kills. If you're going to fight a group, you need a group with you. I can only think of one situation where you should fight a group alone, and that's if you're a decoy and someone is capping behind them chasing you. That's right. Don't follow people in stealth. In other words, if your teammate is stealthed, don't follow them.
Indeed.
The best way to help a stealther is to be nowhere near them, or to pull the people off the objective so that they can cap or start the capping process.
Yes. Otherwise, you're giving them away.
Yes.
Well, I suppose you could
exactly.
look like some dummy who's trying to take a node by himself, but yeah.
Right, and of course, there's lots of AOE damage in this game, which means that even just with regular single damage or single target rotations, there's often 1 or 2 AOE splash damages that can pull your guy out of stealth. Hey, Charlie's back.
Hello.
Hello.
Made it.
All right, Charlie, you are recording?
I am, yes.
All right.
My word.
Yes, my word.
Forever.
All right, so at the most awkward moment, someone's going to text me saying they're about to deliver my chest freezer, so,
Has it happened?
no.
Oh, okay.
Wouldn't that be ironic? Well, not ironic, but yeah, very apropos. Charlie, we're going to keep going through these tips. At the end of that, we'll get you to do your week.
That's fine.
Okay. All right. Next tip. Damage doesn't kill, burst damage does. There's a lot of ways to get damage, but if it can be healed with little effort, it means nothing. This can be done with big hits as the health bar is getting low, or more than one player focusing attacks. That's really true. I mean, anytime there's a healer on someone, you really need the burst then.
Yes.
It's tough on dot specs in this game. And pretty much all games. Focus or assist on a target. Like I said above, burst kills, and focusing gives you that burst from many people hitting at the same time. AoE can be rough on healers, but good healers can heal through it. What they can't heal through is someone going from almost full health to nothing instantly. In other words, when you see someone targeting someone, you target the same target. Number 9, targeting order. Unless there is an objective reason to target someone, always, and I mean always, kill healers first. You'd be surprised how much faster that DPS goes down once the healer drops.
Yeah, jeez.
After healers, it goes DPS and tanks after that. The only exception is a tank guarding a healer so that you can't get the healer down. You might want to do the tank first, but it still might be easier to take the healer out first. Side not healing orders. I don't know what that last sentence means, but I think that pretty much says it anyway. Number 10, stay in range of your healers. This is the quickest way to annoy your healers, to run away as they are trying to heal you. They realize they've been wasting heals on you, and some will stop healing you altogether. I had a healer in a Warzone this week named I Don't Heal Stupid, and most healers that I've known follow this even if they don't say it.
That still applies in PvE, in operations and flashpoints as well. If you're standing in fire, well, you know.
Well, there's only so much that can be done, yep. Next tip, if you have a guard, use it on a healer. Look at tip 9. If your healer goes down, the same thing happens to you. Once you get comfortable with PvP and develop situational awareness, there's this thing called floating your guard. You learn this and healers will love you. What it is you move your guard to whoever needs it. If someone's taking a lot of damage, shift it to them and keep moving to whoever needs that. Just be prepared to move it back to the healer quickly. What this does is spread out the damage and even reduce some of it, which helps the healer a ton.
It's particularly important in arenas, but obviously you can do it wherever, in an 8v8 too.
Yeah, because once in a while you'll see it where like a healer's getting focused, you know, the healer's healing himself like crazy, and then all of a sudden the DPS will switch to some other target, and it'll fool the healer. They keep healing themselves a few globals before they catch it. All right, next tip, number 12, if you have heals, use them. I know you're a DPS spec and you suck at healing, but when you play enough PvP, you learn that healing almost always wins PvP matches as long as there is DPS, and there's almost always DPS.
Is there ever? Unless you're Republic on the Harbinger.
Mm-hmm. Number 13, mobility is your friend. When planning a build, remember that you want to be able to move. Immobile targets die quickly.
Indeed.
Yep.
I always find that if you want to turn as well, it's best to actually obviously move with your WASD keys and turn using the right mouse button, because a lot of people use the WASD to try and turn their character when you could just instantly turn using your right mouse button if you have it clicked down and just turn that way. So much easier.
If you see a keyboard turner, then, well, they're
Right.
just dead meat, really. Yes, something you should always do if you're a serious player is to unbind the mouse turn left and right. You just don't need them. Change those keys to strafe left, strafe right if you must, and always, always, always use your mouse to turn. So much quicker.
All right, next tip, learn all your defensive abilities that you can and use them. You don't do damage when you're dead. Using your defensive abilities will help keep you up and might also even keep others up if the healer doesn't have to focus on healing you to keep you up. That's absolutely true. And also, just in general, you know, use your cooldowns in even for the DPS cooldowns. Make sure you use those too. Next tip: call out incoming ad objectives right away before they are engaging, if you can. If you don't think you can do that, don't be the person defending objectives. I've lost quite a few matches this week because people wouldn't call out incoming. If you call it out, you can focus on keeping them busy and not capping until help can get there. Give out some details like incoming 1, got it, or 3 incoming. I like to do incoming 3 on 1 sometimes to let people know I will be dead soon. Very nice. Tip 16, read all your abilities and have them somewhere on your bar, even if you have to click on them. I know that clicking is one of the worst things to be called in... A clicker is one of the worst things to be called in PvP. It's right up there with being called a tab targeter. There are some useless abilities, I'm sure, but as you get good, you start learning how to be creative with abilities as new situations arise.
Yeah, I'm a tab targeter. I'm gonna admit that. I'm sorry.
No worries.
I'm so
right.
sorry.
Next tip, know your limits and how you like to play. If you're just starting out, don't take that guy one-on-one running by you. You're going to die if you do. If you aren't comfortable with how things work, don't call out what to do, just listen. Fair enough. And 18, have a tough skin. If you think people running flashpoints and operations are harsh at failure, you've never run with people serious about PvP. You have to just remember that you're learning and it will take time. Listen for any actual advice, though.
Indeed. Some people are just nasty, and some of them are just like 12-year-olds. So just keep your expectations low. Yeah, and there will be some useful advice. So don't necessarily block them unless they start swearing at you, in which case, yeah, fine.
And let's see. Next tip, if you're in a guild that has people who PvP, tell them that you want to learn and hop in voice chat with them. It's amazing what you can do if you have an organized group in voice chat. I still remember the time in Warhammer Open World PvP where 6 players in my guild wiped a 24-man warband 3 times in a row at an objective.
Yeah, pre-mades are always nasty if they're on voice comms together, so it's just almost inevitable.
Yep. And I can't think of any more off the top of my head, but in closing, the biggest things to know is it's a game, relax and have fun, know your limits, know the objectives of the war zones, know your class, focus your attacks on one target, and remember that it takes experience to get the situational awareness to be good. PvP, in my opinion, is the best end game because if fights are even, it is always a new challenge to push you to be better.
Yep. Humans are the ultimate content, so to speak.
Exactly. And because there's no, there's no PvE aspect in PvP, that's probably one of the reasons why PvPers tend to be a little nastier too, is because there's no, you can't blame it on the computer-generated guy.
True that.
Yeah. All right. Well, by random element, the winner is Urgus, and he gets, it says pack and pack. Is that 2 packs, Tio?
No, sorry, pack and pet.
Pack and pet. Okay, so yes.
Could you restate that one, just so I don't have to...
Sure, absolutely. And by random allotment, the winner is Urgus. And congratulations, Urgus, you're the winner of a Tonfon or M8 3R Droid pet code, courtesy of Bioware, and an OotiniCast provided Cartel Market Pack from the latest shipment. And Ewan will get a 450cc code. Congratulations, Ewan. And thank you for that very good PvP tip. And if you'd like a chance to win the same, please send your tips to OotiniCast@gmail.com by next Tuesday. And that will bring us to the Hollow feed. Tio?
Oh, get Charlie to do his week.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Charlie, it's nice to have you back. And how was your week?
Alright, I guess. I've done a bit of recording for my channel. I need to anyway. I kind of need to set something up before I head away this weekend, which I'll get to in a moment. Started up the Sith Inquisitor and the Smuggler. I thought I'd do a Sith Inquisitor every Monday and Wednesday, and the Smuggler every Tuesday and Thursday. I always planned to do this on my channel. It's like my Jedi Knight. I was going to do that every Friday night, just sort of like call it the Friday Nights, like with a K, haha, it's hilarious.
Right.
But I never really got around to do that. I kind of just stopped, as I always do. The amount of times I stop and start a playthrough is insane. But I'm trying again, and I'm going to try and keep to the Sith Inquisitor and the Smuggler because they're one of the classes I've ever done on my channel, so hopefully it will garner some interest. The Smuggler is also an In the Blind playthrough, so I may have mentioned this a long time ago when I did my Trooper when I was on the show a little while ago, where my Trooper was also an In the Blind, but what that is that I turn off the dialogue wheel, or I just hide it in the corner, and then I just press 1, 2, or 3, and then just see what happens. I thought I might as well do it with the Smuggler, because Smugglers can be quite unpredictable in...
Yes.
Like Han Solo in the movies, he's all over the place in the originals. So I thought, well, might as well do it with the Smuggler as well. Why the heck not? Also, just recorded a Jedi Knight episode before I came on the show today, because I needed to get one recorded before I go away. Finished the main storyline on LEGO Star Wars The Force Awakens. That was enjoyable. There were a few, obviously, problems with the game, but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed playing it. I got a few more of the bonus missions to play. There's actually bonus missions in the game. It's actually weird to say. I still haven't done the mission about 3PO's arm. I remember they said that in the game they would have a level which would explain how 3PO got his arm. I know they're doing a comic strip on that, but unless I'm wrong about that, I just haven't encountered it. I've still got 2 more bonus levels to do, but I just did another level, and I honestly thought that would be the one to explain it, because 3PO was in that, but no, it wasn't that.
Would you recommend the game, or do you think people should wait until they fix the bugs?
Buy it now. Yeah, you can play it now. It's just a few. Obviously, I wouldn't say the bugs are major issues. They're just a couple problems here and there. It's just things don't always work the way you always want them to. But honestly, the bugs, you'll barely notice them. There are just a few in there which will just, I guess, annoy you, but they won't be too problematic. But yeah, definitely get the game, because it's just a fun game, and it obviously has a few extra missions too. It expands on the story of the movie, I should say. There are a few moments in the actual story where they kind of just brush over a few things, like the whole obviously I can spoil the movie now because it's been out for nearly a year now. Like the moment between Finn and Poe, where they sort of meet up on what's the planet called? Resistance Base. Where's that located? Well, that place. They kind of just brush over that. It's just like, oh, there they are. Okay, just move on now. It's just something they do in the film, in the game. Right. Sorry. Main thing though, I am preparing for Star Wars Celebration. Yeah, I'm going to that this weekend. I'm going to be going to London tomorrow, so I'm going to go tomorrow. Obviously, stay in a hotel, and then obviously go on the Friday because I don't want to arrive on the Friday, go to my hotel, and then having to faff about. Course. You know, I'm not that sort of person. I like to get there a day before.
You are definitely going to the panel, the EA Star Wars panel, and you'll see James Olin tell us about Kotet, or whatever, Knights of the Eternal Throne, or whatever it is.
I will try. My only concern is that they want you to get at the cantina early, and I'm worried, and I don't know how far the cantina is from the actual panel. I know they do plan to stream the panel, and if they stream it at the cantina, that'd be good. I'll be happy with that.
Sure.
So, because I'll probably meet them at the cantina anyway. They've also got a booth down in the actual celebration area, so I'll probably head down to there after I've met Mark Hamill, because I've paid for a photo op with Mark Hamill.
Woohoo!
I'm excited about that.
It's not cheap.
No, I think I paid 145. It was 145 or 165, one of the two. So yeah, it is very expensive.
Wow.
But I had the money. I'm probably never going to meet him again. Once in a lifetime thing. Why not? And I mean, I may meet him again because I do plan to see if I can get his autographs, sort of queue up for autographs as well. So if I get my photo printed out, I may just see if I can get him to sign it as well. I might get him to sign my my Star Wars: The Force Awakens Blu-ray as well. But it's a dark side one, so I may have to see if I can buy like a silver pen while I'm in London before I go to. Because I don't think a black pen is going to work on a black DVD cover. It might do, but no.
Blaze says the cantina is just outside the Excel, which is the convention center, I believe. So it's not like you have to go very far.
Yeah, but obviously my concern is that will people always be queuing up outside the cantina? I don't know. I mean, what was it like when you guys went to the cantina?
Never been to one.
There's always been lines beforehand, and usually it's like the last 15 minutes before the line gets really long, but sometimes there's a pretty good line even before that, and given that this one's right outside Star Wars Celebration, I'm thinking the queue might be a little longer, a little earlier. So yeah, I'll try to get there earlier.
I'll go down to their booth on Friday, and I'll just sort of ask them there, because they'll be down at the booth. They've said on their Twitter they'll be down there, and then I'll see what happens. So yeah, I'll obviously be on the show next week, I believe, and I'll obviously talk about everything which happened at Star Wars Celebration.
Awesome. Might get Way on as well if he's willing, because he's going to be there as well.
Yes, he's going to be there as well. I believe.
And Snave too.
Snave is going to be down there as well. I don't know if he's going to the celebration. I think he might just be going to the cantina.
Right.
Correct me if I'm wrong about that. And Olib as well is going down there as well. So I'll probably meet them too.
Good.
Might even meet Blay.
Oh wow!
And
Darth Brundlefly says, who we met at our Aussie meetup, he met Mark Hamill at the premiere of the Empire Strikes Back here in Brisbane many years ago, and he also met Billy D. Williams, who played Lando Calrissian. Very cool, mate.
Nice.
That's awesome. I really can't wait to meet him. He should be. Hopefully, he's a load of fun. Even if I'm only just meeting for like 5 minutes, hopefully he will just brighten my day. And finally, not Star Wars related, but no doubt everybody, most of the listeners have been playing this. Pokemon Go.
Oh, really, Charlie? Really?
Yeah, I've been doing a lot.
You got to catch them all, right?
Yeah, I spent about 4 hours yesterday just walking around town with a friend. Same again yesterday. It is taking over my life. And I'm so glad because I'm going to London. There's going to be so many Pokestops. There's going to be so many gyms, so many Pokemon to catch. It's going to be insane. I can't wait.
Oh, Charlie.
Are the game mechanics actually fun?
What's that?
Are the game mechanics actually fun?
It's a buggy mess, I will say. The app is a buggy mess. The mechanics are very simple. It's just Yeah, pretty much a no. Obviously, you are just swiping to catch a Pokeball, to catch a Pokemon. Sorry,
Right.
and obviously you can try and spin the Pokeball to catch a Pokemon in a fancy way. But there's so many problems. The servers crash every now and then. The game freezes. I just yeah, it's they do need to fix a lot. It's not even
Yeah.
officially out here in the UK, but
Really?
obviously I've got it. But hopefully they'll
Massively
fix that in due
popular.
course. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's very popular. I saw on the actually I could probably take a look now. Last time I checked on the I can't check my phone. It's not actually out. 5 to 10 million downloads on the Android App Store.
I see.
So it's probably increasing there.
Yeah.
Anyway, enough about that.
I'm so going to skip that one.
All right. So, let's see. So I just need to do the intro to the hog feed, correct?
You
Jan?
already have.
Okay, so
You
you're just
did?
going to go ahead and take it?
Yeah, I'll just do it. All right, now I am going to bury the lead, so we will talk about that later. But for now, let's start with last week. Joseph Brown sent us in a picture of his launcher, where he had a special offer. Face Arkin with 500 bonus cartel coins. Somehow that will help you. Be a subscriber on July the 7th and collect your cartel coin reward. So apparently a lot of people are asking about that on the forums. Eric Musco, community manager, did respond, and he said, just to alleviate any confusion, I'm seeing 2 questions in this thread. How do you receive the bonus coins? Well, and this is pretty much exactly as we speculated last week. This was a targeted promotion, so only some people saw it in your launcher. If you saw it in your launcher, as in if it was in your launcher, even if you didn't see it, if it was there, that's pretty much enough, and you were subsequently subscribed, you will get the reward.
Huh.
And apparently, and someone did ask about this, there were some different promotions. Some were to convince people to subscribe, but apparently some were targeted at people who are already subscribed.
Yeah, I was one of those.
Right, it didn't make any sense, but sure, and you will get the bonus cartel coins if you continue to be subscribed all the way through to July 7th, seems to be the magic date. Now, as to when you will get your coin reward, they were supposed to be delivered during maintenance. Just last Tuesday, it was a server-side only maintenance on Tuesday, no client patch, but that's when they were going to deliver them. But Suki, who did actually see the promotion in his launcher, thought, sweet, he will get the reward. He saw the post about when they were going to turn up, but they didn't. They did not arrive in his account. And so he did log a customer service request with BioWare on HelpEA, whatever it is now, and the response indicated that there was a problem with delivering the coins during the maintenance. So basically hang tight, and they will eventually turn up.
It was very convenient
Okay.
for me as well because my subscription was running out on July the 7th, and obviously it automatically renewed. It's very convenient.
Darth Brundlefly said he also did not get the coins. So yes, if you did miss out, they are coming. There was a problem. So hang in there. I honestly don't know whether I saw it in my launcher because I never noticed. So I may or may not get them. But if it didn't turn up in your launcher, this is not for everyone. Apparently, you won't get them. So why they're doing these kind of targeted promotions, particularly for existing subscribers, makes no sense to me at all. That makes me sounds like a bit of an error, but sure, take it while you can, I guess.
When was Sukai's subscription going to run out?
Interesting question.
If it was July 7th, like mine was, maybe that's why.
Possibly.
Maybe
The people who
huge
posted about
subscribers.
it on the forums did indicate that they'd be subbed all the way through that period. So
Right.
yeah, I thought of that, but apparently not. Alright, next story is about the DVL packs. Cartel market style. So as you know, as we talk through the whole DVL event, Dark versus Light, you get at the various tiers more and more DVL packs up until the legendary tier in which you get 30 of the things. Wow. So what they have done is they put similar DVL packs on the cartel market. Well, of course they have. And you can get those for 250 cartel coins each. Now, similarities are in terms of the items that they contain. So your DVL event packs, the one you get through the events, the packs and items, the packs themselves and the items they contain are bind on pickup, whereas the cartel market version are bind on equip, meaning you can sell them after the usual lockout on the GTN.
Okay.
All the items unlock in collections in both cases. So for the bind on pickup ones and the bind on equip ones, obviously, once you equip them, they will go into your collection. Now, the DVL packs has one pack item and one miscellaneous item and no chance cubes, whereas the Cartel Market version has one pack item, one grand chance cube, apparently guaranteed, one companion gift, and Jawa junk. So wow, they are actually quite a bit more meaty than the DVL packs. Of course, you're paying for them, as opposed to DVL packs where all you're spending is your time, lots and lots of time.
Yeah.
So Charlie, you did a video where you opened a hypercrate of the thing. So what do you think?
Yeah, I sort of snuck it out last night, and it's pretty much all just existing stuff, to be honest with you. I think I encountered a few new things, like a few new armor sets, like a mount which I'd never had, but quite a few of the stuff which I actually got were just sort of stuff I'd already got, or dies. I got like 7 dies in all the packs I got, like as the main item, because of course you can get like a mount or whatever. Dies. I got like 7 dies out of 7 of the packs as the main item. Obviously, every pack came with a Grand Chance Cube, and I got a few new things with that. Some of the older stuff which I haven't got. It's just, it's mostly just recycling a lot of stuff which, they're giving away for the dark side, light side stuff.
Did you get a light side or dark side weapon tuning?
I didn't. No, I didn't get any of that. I was unfortunate not.
I didn't.
But
yeah, I didn't mention it in my week, but actually, because I got to level 25, I did get the first 5 cubes, and I managed to get the dark side tuning.
Oh, cool. Oh,
So,
nice.
yeah. Of course, it's on Santa, so I'm not sure if it'll be
what
appropriate.
Does it look like?
But
I don't know what they look like.
it's red, sort of a fiery, sparky looking thing, kind of like what you'd
Same-
expect for dark
Same
side.
with the light sides? It's sort of like a white spark?
I didn't get the light side one, just the dark side one.
And because it's a consumable item, that is not going to be in your collection.
Yeah, it's not going to be collectionable.
And
no,
one on pickup, so you're
unfortunately.
stuck with it on
And
Jill
it's fine on
Santa.
pickup. The only good thing is because it's red, at least it's semi-Christmassy, so maybe it'll work on Chill Santa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't
Especially
like the
since
fact,
I've... Go ahead.
I didn't like the fact that every pack came with a Grand Chance Cube, though. I really hate the Grand Chance Cubes. They are just the worst thing ever. It's like when I did the Gemini pack, I was so glad that I got, I think, 10 Grand Chance Cubes out of all the packs, out of 30 packs, compared to like the previous episode where I think I actually did get 30 Grand Chance Cubes out of the 30 packs. So glad they dropped the rate.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, as Nanda's just pointed out, even though they are bind on pickup, the weapon tunings, you could always stick them into a bind on legacy weapon and send that to an alt. Very clever.
Good idea. Good idea. Thank you. Maybe I'll send that over to my dark side character when I get him going.
There you go. Nice. Of course, you can't pull them out. Can you, actually?
I'm not sure.
I don't know.
I'm not sure if they're like dies or if they're more like
I thought they were consumable.
enhancements.
Yeah.
I thought they said they were consumable. I can't be
get some-
sure, though.
Anyone, can you confirm that? I just can't remember because they did tell us. Yep, witch.
So you can pull them out?
Yes, you can. All right. So
Fine.
we've got confirmation you can actually pull out the weapon tuning. So yes, transfer
Nice.
them via a legacy weapon, and you can pull them out on whatever character. And yeah, perfect.
Sweet.
Transfer them into
I don't
your
have a lot
weapon
of
of choice.
Yeah, don't have a lot of legacy weapons, but that's all right. I'm sure I've got 1 or 2.
You only need the one.
Cool.
Yeah. All right. So that's the packs. I'm not sure how I feel about this. I guess it doesn't really matter. It's not like doing the event, you spend the time, you get the event packs, and now there's a way of getting them just with Cartel coins. So I guess BioWare needs to get paid. So anyway, last SWOTOR story, and this one is probably the most important.
Right.
The final chapter, chapter 16 of Season 1 of Knights of the Fallen Empire, and presumably the last content we'll get before Season 2, which will no doubt be announced at Star Wars Celebration, which Charlie will tell us all about next week. Knights of the Eternal Throne, or whatever they're going to call it. Anyway, Chapter 16 has been delayed. It was supposed to come out officially on July 28th, early access on Tuesday, July 26th. But no, it's been delayed by 2 weeks. 2 weeks. It is now coming out officially for everyone on the 11th of August. Early access on Tuesday, the 9th of August. So, yeah, as to why, and that is the big question. Has Belay said any news on why the delay? Has Gus fooled us again? Have they just figured out they can hold back the DVL for longer by delaying? No. Well, the explanation is, this chapter reveals the climactic ending to the Fallen Empire story, and we want to make sure it delivers the emotional impact that the story deserves. We're going to take this time to push it further in an effort to bring the Knights of the Fallen Empire's final chapter to a fitting ending, one that, in the tradition of all great Star Wars stories, leaves you wanting more. Thank you for your patience, and we look forward to hearing your feedback post-release. Sorry. So, yeah. As to why, I guess you could read that they've got a certain distance and they realize it wasn't fun enough or exciting enough or whatever, or they've got some bugs that they need more time to fix and they're just spinning it like this. I suspect most likely they got it done and they realize, this really isn't very epic. We can make it more epic. And so they're going to take the extra couple of weeks to make it so.
At least they're telling us and they're not pulling what they did with Rise of the Empire, where they did some of the story and then delayed it for like a week until like a certain date, just so we can have that shocking moment.
Sure. Yeah, that was kind of...
Instead of telling us.
Yes. However, and they did actually think this part through, if you are subbed on July 28th, you will get access to it when it comes out 2 weeks later. In other words, if your sub runs out, you were subbed on July 28th, but your sub runs out before August 11th, or August 9th, it is still unlocked for you. So
interesting.
They are honouring, basically, the whole being subbed when you thought it was going to come out. So if you sub just to get Chapter 16, and it's going to run out by August whatever, yes, you will still get it. So the unlock will occur on the original date, no matter when it actually arrives. Let's hope they don't delay it any further. And ditto for the sub reward. If you are subbed on 1st of July, you will be eligible for the sub reward, which is that rather sad HK 55 poster. And that will be delivered pretty much on July 26th is when you'll get that reward. So
okay.
That's all very cool. So the only downside is the 2 week delay, meaning 6 weeks between chapters 15 and when chapter 16 will finally arrive. Not sure how I feel about that. Yeah, I guess I don't mind. It's not like there's a whole lot of content that's behind this. I mean, this is it. Probably until somewhere towards the end of the year. Aside from the DVL event.
Right.
I need clarification on something, because I know they said they're doing the HK chapter. Am I right that when they did the producer stream, they said they were doing another chapter, another bonus chapter? Because they were being all secretive with that one. They weren't saying it was the HK chapter. I haven't listened to like the previous two podcasts, so I haven't actually didn't know if you discussed it or not. No,
from what I recall, the only additional bonus chapter is HK 55. Of course, they may do something else, but
I thought they said they were doing one for people who have been subscribed since the start of Coffee, because they only started doing the HK one from after Chapter 9 in February time. Am I wrong about that?
Possibly.
It doesn't sound quite right, yeah.
So, yeah, I think you may have just misinterpreted what they said.
I'll just skip that. Just cut that out there, that's fine. Whatever.
Okay, sorry, I got distracted. Good on a message. Alright, not that message. Different message. Alright, and Johnny, that's our friend Born to Eat Bacon, said they suddenly realised just how many companions haven't been returned and can't figure out what to do now, and Season 2 will be the return of romance.
Yeah.
There's a lot of romance characters that haven't come back.
Indeed. Well, a lot of Republic companions that haven't come back. It's like, what the hell?
Yeah.
It's kind of bizarre. Alright, so just a couple of other things to cover in more general news. Firstly, there was an article called Inside Blur Studios. Now, as you know, Blur Studios are the guys who made the 3 original Star Wars: The Old Republic cinematic trailers. And they also did the Sacrifice trailer for Knights of the Fallen Empire. And rumor is they were engaged to do the trailer for Knights of the Eternal Throne. I got to stop calling it that because it may be something completely different. But for Season 2 and the next expansion. It's basically, Blur have been around for 20 years, and it just talks a bit about their culture and what it's like inside there. Apparently it's a very open plan, and the boss sits right in the middle, which is, rather than being hiding off in an office, which is, kind of cool and very cool and hip. So, and it's been like that for like 20 years. They started in 1995, so the company's, I guess, a little more than 20 years older, so... Yeah, very nice.
Very
Apparently, they're very expensive because they're really, really good.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the Sacrifice trailer certainly got its share of attention for SWTOR, which is nice.
Yeah, millions of views. Somehow I don't think that translated into people actually playing the game, but at least people watched the trailer, which is nice.
Last time I checked, it was more popular than the 3 trailers that came out when SWTOR was released.
It really was very, very good. So let's see what they come up with next time. All right, last in the news, I did want to mention a Jawa has been spotted on Mars. Yes, really, a recent image captured by NASA's Mars Curiosity rover shows what looks like an ancient statue figure standing between 2 rock formations on the planet's surface. This was originally put into a video on YouTube on a channel called UFO Mania, which no longer exists. Apparently they've closed the account, which is kind of weird.
Okay.
But anyway, of course...
Maybe they knew too much.
Yes, they were shut down. I'll include some snapshots from the video in the show post since the video's no longer there. It's kind of cool. It is obviously just a rock, but it is a very suggestive looking rock. Yes. Yes.
And I think it also helps that this particular shape rock happens to be right next to those other rocks that kind of look like the little valley that, the Jawas attacked R2 in.
Indeed. Someone thought it might have been one of the Sand People, a Tusken Raider, but nah, it's a Jawa.
It's definitely a Jawa, yeah.
Just need a sandcrawler to appear in the background now. Somebody Photoshop that in.
I'm sure they already have. All right, now in community news, just a reminder about Daniel's survey. It is live. You can do it now. Please help him do science on the type of players who actually play Star Wars: The Old Republic and our various personality types. So yes, I will link once again into to Daniel's survey. It does take you roughly 20 minutes to get through his survey questions and the associated Myers-Briggs personality test.
Right. And I wanted to say that I did do it. I did it on my phone, and when I did it on my phone, it gets a little tricky because you do the Survey Monkey bit, and then it takes you over to the site to actually do the site profile. But that doesn't necessarily mean that you've completed the Survey Monkey one. So I had to kind of back up and then tell the Survey Monkey one that I had completed it, because I think occasionally he's getting ones where, one or the other part shows as done, but not both. And unless he has both, he can't use that data. So,
all right.
if you're using a real basic thing like a phone to do it, then just make sure that in both cases that they say that it's been completed and updated and all that good stuff.
Right. Oh, and Dekion mentions that it's the top link on our Utini Guild site, which you can get to via OotiniCast.com/guilds, or just go directly to OotiniGuilds.engine.com. Yes, and Fee just reiterates what you said, Chill. You must do both parts of the survey, Daniel's questions and the Myers-Briggs personality test, for it to actually be worth including in his research, which is the whole point of the exercise. Anyway, that's the news.
All right, and that will bring us to the Academy. And this week on the Academy, SWTORista presents GSF Part 1. She'll tell us all about the hangar window, your ships, and equipping components to them. So this is all about Galactic Starfighter. And thank you, Swoturista. That will bring us to the Force Feedback, where we read out your tweets and emails. And Little Sith at Vasmy Gaming writes, thank you to my Templars and Outinis who helped me continue to enjoy SWTOR at Templars Guilds.
Indeed.
Very nice.
Yes.
Yeah. And Vonadar wrote, so I won a ton fun and from some cartel coins from OotiniCast. Seems like I have some luck after all.
I went into some kind of frenzy of generosity last week, Chill. It was crazy. Crazy.
It was nice. No, I did listen to the episode. It was excellent. Greg wrote, the character unlocks price special should be 25% off for every year you've been subscribed.
I agree. So for us, it would be free, and that works for me. Sadly, that ain't gonna happen.
And Ewan, who gave us the tip earlier of Jedi Covenant wrote, I was just listening to tonight's broadcast. The reason you have the 6th tab in cargo hold is that on that character, you bought tabs for just that character before unlocking all 5 tabs across your account. They're giving you the 6th tab that you had unlocked but wasn't available.
There you go. Yeah, that does explain it.
Yeah, it surprised me why I got 6th tab. I'm glad, because now I can chuck a bunch of cartel stuff in there.
Yeah, exactly. I've been using it much more loosely than the other ones, which are all bound up with all kinds of, bio stuff.
And this isn't just your regular cargo holders, there's also your legacy, if people didn't already know. I didn't know if you already mentioned that, though, probably.
Yeah, it's
I
good
thought
stuff.
that part was working all right. It was just the legacy cargo hold that was broken. But anyway.
All right. Karanome/Hagu writes, thank you for another great podcast. I watched the live stream, except for needing a couple of restarts. It happens sometimes, yes.
Twitch.
As a cynic, I would respectfully disagree with Tio's explanation of the patch notes. Quote, additionally, there is no longer a status icon indicating your set bonus-related experience gain. End quote. As I mentioned, now with the bug fixed, while the tooltip says 25% is for the 3-piece set bonus, it actually increases XP by 20%. The 5-piece bonus tooltip says 40% but gives 32%. Prior to this week's patch, those were 20% and 0% respectively. My guess is that BioWare was worried that a buff that says increase XP by 25% might cause some naive players to expect it to increase XP by 25%. Removing the buff may reduce some support questions. Looking at the XP gain listed for the Flesh Raider quest on my level 2 subscriber, Naked, 1150, with the 3-piece set, 1360, and 1360 divided by 1150 equals 1.2, and 5-piece set, 1518. 1518 divided by 1150 equals 1.32. And Tio, you had a response to this.
This is exactly the same confusion that we got with the subscriber XP bonus, in terms of when you put bonuses on top of that, they're actually additive rather than multiplicative. What that basically means is exactly what he observed. Instead of the bonuses you would expect, and I did the same calculations just to be sure, what it means is that that the set pieces are giving you is essentially being added to the percentage bonus you get for your sub XP.
Right.
Which is then on top of the base XP. Yes, all subscribers get a 25% bonus just for being subs, and this bonus is added to that rather than just being like 40% on top of the 25% on top of your base XP. Anyway, the bottom line is it works out to be what the numbers were that he gives us, like 20% instead of 25%, 32% instead of 40%. So you are genuinely getting that bonus, but it's on the base XP for the original mission rather than the increased version from being a subscriber. So, yep.
There you go.
Yeah, I don't know why it doesn't multiply, because that would make life a whole lot easier for everyone, but so be it.
Yeah. And let's see, he also writes, while I am sure almost everyone understood, I think it might help to point out why the fixed amount of 100,000 XP for the PvP quest is a bug. Well, 100,000 XP is only a sixth of a level at level 64. I think at level 10, it's like 25,000 XP, so 100k is several levels at level 10. Get the intro to PvP quest and the weekly, win your first game which satisfies the weekly, and you get many levels. More than, I don't know, perhaps a dozen class quests.
So true. And yes, as noted in last week, it is most definitely a bug, and it is perfectly okay. We have Eric Musco's blessing to take full advantage of it, and they're probably not going to fix it, because it's a kind of very nice bug, until sometime after the end of the DVL event.
Right. I actually did do that on Chill Santa, so it was crazy. Yeah, I went from 16 to 21 or something like that. It was like, wow. Yeah. All right, Sukai writes, myself and Ort just ran the HK mission, and now you don't need to do the hard mode Maelstrom Prison. We did solo mode with GSI droids, and it took all of 10 minutes to run to the end, and the heroic moment to the final boss to get the chip.
Wow.
This is good news, as the Maelstrom Prison in hard mode is currently bugged on the final fight.
Wow, that sucks.
Yeah. And a follow-up, False Emperor is also solo mode for the HK part. Very nice.
So yes, False Emperor, you did have to be, it was just story mode to actually get the part of HK 51. But yeah, it was hard mode for Maelstrom Prison. So,
yeah.
Wow, they didn't tell us they fixed this or changed this, and that is really cool. You just do both on solo mode. Bloody hell.
And you're good to go.
Yeah.
Kosovo writes, what are the odds that after the event they will say that the result was tied at 50-50 and everyone gets both companions?
I can actually calculate that to several decimal places. 0.
Yeah.
0.000 chance of that.
Yeah, because of course back behind the scenes they'll have like a chart of most dark side choices and light side choices, and they'll have an exact number. It might still look like
they'll just flip a coin and just pretend.
Yeah, why not?
It doesn't matter. But it'll just be one.
And Kuze writes, on my way to the beach and burning through some OotiniCast. Thanks, guys. 6 episodes left until I'm all caught up. A comment on 261, everybody plays story. That's like saying I need to move further away from work because I love driving there.
What a wonderful metaphor. Yes.
To combat gold farmer spam, BDO added a feature where you can filter your chat by keywords. I no longer see a single piece of spam.
Video being the game that he's very much in love with at the moment, Black Desert Online.
Chill once said they should add a poison dripping weapon tuning, and I still think that. I think they should call it Crystal Juice. Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Name.
I guess. And I still say the chance cubes should be an additional item in the packs, and rare.
Super rare, please.
You've got a fan in Krenatoko. Thank you, Kuze. Yeah, I actually, when I opened up a Hypercrate not too long ago that I bought off the GTN, I got a bunch of chance cubes, and it was actually kind of fun for me to open them, just because, unlike Krenatoko, I don't have a bunch of stuff from the earlier packs. I mean, I have a few things, but, and I bought a few things, directly off the GTN that people had put up from those packs, but really I didn't have all that much stuff from the earlier packs, as it turned out, so virtually everything I had, if I wanted to hold on to it, it was stuff that I didn't have already. So
I mean, yeah, I'll admit there are. I don't have everything in the game, and yeah, there are a few new things which I do get in the packs, but they are mostly just the older stuff. It's like I got a Hiroti mount, which are like one of the oldest mounts in the game. So I'm just like, oh, I got that. Okay, fine, I'll check that in my collection. But whatever. Yeah. So they are kind of useful, but I'd rather just have like 5 out of the 30 packs that I pick up that I open each time. But whatever floats BioWare's boat.
Right.
Blaze looking forward to the fairy dust weapon tuning. Or perhaps the rainbow weapon tuning.
Rainbow. That'd be fun too. All right, Java Doggy writes, questions I have for the Dark vs. Light event. Will all your tunes unlock one of the new companions from the event? Also, do you have to complete the whole event in order to get one? Well,
and the answer is yes. It is account-wide. Every single character on your account, not just on the legacy that actually completed the event, will get the new companions, and you have to complete up to Tier 5. Yes, that was explicitly
and Tier 5,
mentioned.
right. You don't have to complete the whole event. Tier 5 is pretty far along, but it's really that last one anyway that's really crazy. Tier 5 is kind of doable if you're just a reasonably regular, SWTOR player.
The only hard part is doing the 21 tacticals. You do have to do all of the tactical flashpoints.
That's a lot of tacticals.
And remember, solos do count. So doing them in solo mode does actually count, bizarrely enough. So, yes, that's not so bad because there's a whole lot of them which can be done solo.
And Java Doggy writes, I also got my Utini Rage shirt today, woot! And attaches a pic of the real Java Doggy. Love the show, love the guild. Thanks, Java Doggy.
Looks
Very
good.
nice. And of course, you're
the latest. I can also
sitting
say
in
the
front
latest.
of SWTOR.
Sorry, I can also say that the latest result for the light side dark side is that light side is winning by 1%. So they flipped
1%.
around.
Close.
Indeed. I should have mentioned that. As Charlie said, that is the current state. They are telling us every week just where the needle is between light and dark, and the light side has pushed back into the darkness.
I made a joke on Twitter before that. It's just like the referendum again, where I think Sleeve was winning like by Leave won like 51% or something, and it just looks so similar to that.
Oh.
Before, obviously it's flipped around now. So, but.
Yeah, I bet if you had I wonder if you had the referendum again, what people would actually say.
Yeah, I think there would be a lot more Remain, to be honest.
Yeah.
Anyway, now, are there any questions? Oh, and if you want to get your own Utini Rage or Utini Night shirt, I will link to where you go on the in our post for the show.
Right.
Sith Kitty says, Granatoko, how excited for the Star Wars celebration are you? Do you have a first thing you're going to do there? Yes! I'm going to go see Mark Hamill right away because I don't know the exact time I've got to go do my photo op, but it's like between 10 and whatever time it closes, and I'm group 5, so I'm going to go there just to ask, see what time I have to be there, because I imagine it's going to be like probably 1 o'clock. You watch, it'll probably be when the Rogue One panel is showing as well.
Right.
Probably won't be, but we'll see what happens. Oh, and I forgot to mention this as well. I will try and ask questions to the developers. So if you want to send me some questions to my Twitter handle, which is @Kranitoko, so KRANITOKO, I will see what I can ask, but it really just depends if I remember. I may be a bit drunk from the alcohol. I may just forget to ask. I may even just go to their booth and just ask, but I'll see what I can do. So
cool.
send me some questions and I'll see what I can do.
Now, regarding the delay to Chapter 16, Shiftworks says this is the first chapter that has missed a release date. Actually, pretty good record for BioWare, and that's true. If the only thing they've really delayed is a couple of companions, Gustuno,
right,
and the last one. Who else did they delay? And the other one.
Yeah. I was going to say, as far as light and dark side, I mean, I'm doing the light side first, but then I'm going to turn right around and do the dark side character, so mine are going to kind of even out. I don't, and I don't really care which way it goes.
Sure.
But given that it's 1% for the light side, but they were saying the last 6 months light side was ahead of dark side by what, 6 or 7 or 8%? That actually tells me that the dark side people are actually making quite a solid run at it.
Well, they're trying, but
not quite able to overcome the natural light siders quite yet.
Yeah. And Blay also said, I'm worried by how many extra Sky Troopers those factories can produce in that extra 2 weeks that they'll have for that final battle. Nice. All right, any final questions? Oh, yeah, and there was a delay with the Eternal Championship, I guess we should mention.
Fair enough.
So much delay.
Once or twice, yes. All right, is that it?
I think so.
All right.
All right, that's a show. If you'd like to play with us in the Utini Knights Guild on the Republic side of the Harbinger server, or in our Guild on the Empire side, do a /c join Utini to join the Utini channel. Then let us know you're a fan of the show. You can email questions and comments about the show to OotiniCast@gmail.com. Follow us on Twitter using @OotiniCast. You can find contact details for all of us on our website, OotiniCast.com, which includes how to subscribe to us using iTunes, Stitcher, and the rest. We record the show live every Wednesday at 4:30 p.m. Pacific. Go to OotiniCast.com/live to find out how to join in. Our theme song is Doomsday by Jean-Paul Zogby. Thank you to the chat room, and thank you, Kranitoko.
Thanks for having me. I'll see you next week.
Exactly. We'll see you next week.
All right, and keep recording, guys. Everyone, thank you for watching.
Sorry for the delay, people.
That's fine.
So sorry.
Yeah, I mean, the show itself actually turned out to be reasonably short, relatively speaking.
Kind of did, didn't it?
Yeah, and that's okay, because there isn't really that much to talk about, though. What are we talking about next week? Well, Celebration, of course, and the announcement of Knights of whatever the hell. So, yeah, that'll be kind of cool. We'll get Blay on. Did he say he was going to be on? Well, let us know, Blay, either way. And Charlie, of course. And yeah, alright. Have a good week, guys. May the Force be with you and all that good stuff. And tune in to the announcement, the panel, which will be hopefully live streamed for Star Wars Celebration. And we'll see just what they're going to do. Alright. Have a good one.
Bye.